Hey everybody and welcome back. This video is titled Neighbor Won't Stop Playing Loud Music, Mom Gets Sweet Revenge. This one sounds interesting. The man didn't take her note too kindly, although his greedy eyes sparkled at the sight of the cake. He snatched both from her before telling her that if she didn't like the loud music, then she could move elsewhere. This made Jennifer's blood boil, but she knew that she would have the last laugh after he ate her special cake. Jennifer Garvey just moved to a nice, safe-looking neighborhood away from the busy city. She moved out there with her toddler, James, who was a struggle to put to bed every night. As a single mother, she needed every advantage she could afford, but she had no idea her neighbor had other plans. Although she had just moved out to the suburbs, she couldn't afford to buy. She had to rent a modest home for herself and her son. The divorce was also hard on her, and she knew it would be hard on James as well. Times were tough, but she had to stay strong for the only thing she cared about for her son. Jennifer loved meeting new people, especially neighbors. She realized between her busy career and settling in, and she had forgotten to introduce herself. She felt bad. It was a custom of hers to bake a cake for her neighbors. But she had no idea that soon she'd be baking a cake for a neighbor, but with a different twist. Jennifer soon regretted not introducing herself when her neighbor got home and immediately started playing music loudly. She would have loved to have more context. Was he a young bachelor? Or just fond of parties? Before we continue, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now back to the video. But soon, she'd realized that her curiosity would turn into frustration. She enjoyed the music in the distance while she cooked dinner and got her things organized for the following day. But as soon as she had put her child to bed at 8 p.m. and it was still playing, she was a little frustrated. Still, the music eventually died down, and she could finally get to sleep. But she had no idea this was only the beginning. Jennifer went 2 days without hearing anything and forgot about the incident. But she was in for a surprise that afternoon when the music started again. She just hoped that it would die down sooner than before. Then she noticed all the people filing into his house. Was he having a party? On a weekday? Jennifer couldn't believe the man's disregard for everyone else living nearby. She wasn't against get-togethers if they were quiet, but full-on riggers with booming music was a no-go for her. And to make matters even worse, the party didn't calm down as the evening grew late. It went on until around 4 o'clock in the morning. The entire time Jennifer sat in her room listening to the music, she knew she couldn't get to sleep, so she decided to plot her revenge. Jennifer was running on little to no sleep the next day, but she had done it while she was up due to the music. She had baked a cake for her neighbor. It was a special one that came with a note she typed up in the early hours of the morning. She knew she would have the last laugh after her neighbor received her gift. With the special cake in the note, she took them straight to her neighbor's house, where she rang the doorbell. She dreamt of smashing the cake in the face of whoever answered the door, even if it was his mother. But she kept her cool and waited. Then the door opened, and the man answered. She smiled, only she knew what was so special about the cake. The man didn't take her note too kindly, although his greedy eyes sparkled at the sight of the cake. He snatched both from her before telling her that if she didn't like the loud music, then she could move elsewhere. Once Jennifer got back to her house, she smiled. She knew that for at least the next evening, he wouldn't be able to be loud. The cake she had given him was made with cake mix she had found in the cupboard when she moved there. She was sure it was expired and even seemed to have evidence of moths. The cake wouldn't hurt him, but would be sure to have his stomach upset for at least the evening. Because her neighbor wouldn't be considerate, she decided to take her actions further than just the cake. She decided to make a phone call that would make sure he would stop one way or another. Now she just had to wait for the next time he was loud, and he would finally get what was coming to him. Another 2 days passed, and just like before the loud music started up, she knew he was doing it out of spite, but she had her last plan up her sleeve that he wouldn't see coming, one that would finally shut him up. She smugly called the number on her phone, and a few moments later, police swarmed his house. Jennifer had called the police for a classic noise complaint. She knew it would do the trick and watched the man have to explain himself. The best part was that he couldn't. After the police knocked on his door, he never played his loud music past 7 p.m. And he never bothered Jennifer again. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.